Credentials Master List. Using RecStaff's Credentials module is an easy way to ensure that when you assign an employee a shift, he or she will have the current credentials required to do the job. It also lets both the manager and the employee know when a credential is heading towards expiry, by sending them reminder alerts at regular intervals until the credential has expired. You will want to keep copies of your employee's credentials on file so you can verify that they've been added correctly. In order to use the Credentials module, you must first create a Credentials Master List. The Master List is a list of all the credentials your organization requires staff to have to do their respective jobs. Let's walk through how to set up the Credentials Master List. From the dashboard, go to Manage Your Staff, Credentials, and click on Credentials Master List. On the test system I'm using, we can see a bunch of credentials in the master list. If you're just beginning to set up your credentials, this list will be empty. The first thing you need to do to begin populating your credentials is to add the accrediting bodies. Accrediting bodies are those agencies your organization recognizes as meeting the standards to provide certification in a chosen discipline. To do this, click on the menu item Accrediting Bodies. Then you simply add the name of the accrediting body and then hit the plus sign. I'm just going to add one, but you would continue to add all your accrediting bodies here. Once you're done, you would begin to add your credentials. Let's add a credential now. Go to the menu item Add Credential and click on it. Now you simply add the information for each of your credentials. First, give it an abbreviation, then a description, which is the name of the credential, and then choose the accrediting body, which will be one of the ones you just added, and then the length of time the credential is for. When either the manager or employee adds this particular credential to their employee record, the system will calculate when the credential expires based on the length of time you added in this field. Now you would add the rest of your credentials. You can also use the Credentials module for any in-house certifications that you want to keep track of. After you've completed your master list, you can begin adding each employee's staff credentials. You can also allow staff to add their own credentials to their employee record by setting this preference in the system. To do this, let's go back to the dashboard. Then go into System Setup and click on Employee Settings. So this is where you would define whether an employee can add and edit their credentials. If you haven't had a chance, watch the Preferences tutorial to go through all the preferences that you can set in RecStaff. As well, clicking on the eye icon beside each preference gives you a clear definition of what the preference is for. Once you've populated the master list and all the employees' credentials are in the system, you need to link the right credentials with the right roles. To do this, you need to go to Employee Roles and add the credentials to the roles that need them. Please watch the Employee Roles tutorial to see how it's done. The next tutorial, Credentials in Action, will show you how to add an employee's credentials both as a manager and a staff member, the Missing and Expiring Credentials report, and all the ways the system notifies you of expiring and missing credentials.